Good morning, you guys. So I'm gonna try this again. Yesterday I had filmed my morning. It's supposed to be a typical morning feeding. Ended up kind of not being that way. Um, the chickens were out because I forgot to lock them up. And so they were chaotic. I prefer to keep them locked up and then let them out after I feed the pigs because they're getting in the way. I stepped on one. I'll try to insert a clip if I can, but it was funny, but I should have just kept it. But I'm just trying to keep things normal today. This is my typical morning feeding. I'm bringing out my egg basket so I can have it for later. I'm not gonna have any eggs this morning because it's too early. But the pigs are waiting for me. They're waiting for me. You guys ready for your breakfast? I guys brought you guys some apples. They love apples, so I'm gonna give them some apples, and then here, let me set you guys down. There you go. Here. Too big? It's a big one, huh? Here. I'll throw those down there, and then I'm gonna I feel like this thing is a little bit crooked. Sorry, Penelope. What are you doing? We'll let them be for a minute. I'm gonna bring the basket and put it in the coop as soon as I let the chickens out. I remembered to lock the door last night. But first, let me close the gate behind me. Not that it does any good. The pigs do know how to get out. There. I'm gonna do the rabbits next, but I gotta move you guys because you guys are on top of them right now. There's the rabbits. The rabbits usually don't need feed every morning because I just top them off. They don't eat that much. So yeah, see, she's still got a full. She's still full. Luna tends to eat a little bit more than Soul. So Soul's good. Everything's full. I'm gonna leave the basket right here. Let's go feed the goats. Oh my gosh. So as I was mentioning yesterday, it was just so chaotic. I forgot to feed the rabbits. I had to come back and run and feed the rabbits. And I was like, this is not a typical morning. Normally everything's organized. So frustrating. So let's go feed the goaty girls. I'm actually gonna grab their feed right there. And then I'm gonna set you guys down. Actually, let me grab the feed first. So they have their hay that we give them. It's a alfalfa grass mix. Not exactly sure what grass it is. I know they tell me every time, but I always forget. But this one gets stuck. So they eat that and graze on that pretty much all day. But I do give them some grain or goat feed wherever you live. Everybody calls it differently. It's not actual grain. It's like a complete goat feed. But I don't do that because honestly, I just feel like they get a complete feed with their feed. So I'm gonna let them out right now and then I'm gonna give them their feed. Let's see how you Say hi. Say hi. Oh my gosh, you guys. So as I was mentioning, I feed them like a goat feed every morning. And it's just a little tiny bit. It's just enough, especially, I like it because it has everything. Some people get a little extreme and they like to make their own feed, which is fine. I don't have time for that. I just know that the goat feed, they like it, number one. And two, it has a lot of things that I want them to have in it. And they only get a little tiny bit in the morning and some at night. And then I have sweet feed, but I'm not giving that to them anymore. I'm gonna start giving it to them here in their milk stand as a treat, so that they know if they go up there, they get a treat. I'm watching Summer right now because I noticed she's not putting a lot of pressure on her front left leg. So I don't know if it was like a sprained leg that she did, because I was feeling around. I don't feel anything broken. And I gave her a little bit of selenium yesterday because I'm thinking maybe she has a selenium deficiency. So, and she liked it, so I gave it to her just a little bit. Maybe I'll give her a little bit more in a month, but just gonna keep watching her and see if it gets better. I trimmed their hooves last week, and because I wanted to make sure she didn't have anything stuck in her hoof, and they're clean, so I don't know what's going on. But this is what a typical morning looks like, is what it should look like. The last video, you guys, it was just crazy. So I don't think I'm gonna upload anything from it. It was just, like I said, super chaotic. I just had animals everywhere. And that was my fault because I didn't lock up the chickens. Like I said, normally the chickens are locked up. I feed the pigs, feed everybody else, let the, you know, in order. There's order around here. But when things don't go as planned, I thought it was gonna crow for you guys. There it is. Things don't go as planned, then, you know, it throws the whole balance off. So I'm gonna try to clean out the goat barn either today or tomorrow after work, because it's getting a little stinky. Getting a little bit stinky. No eggs this morning as suspected. It's too early for my girls. In the winter time, I usually don't get eggs till late afternoon. So even when I come home from work, they'll still be laying eggs. So usually about 3 o'clock is usually when, about 3 to 4 is usually when they're done, and I can collect all the eggs for the day. So I think that's it, guys. I checked the dog food. The dogs had food left over from last night. Sometimes they'll do that if they have a lot, and we give them, you know, leftovers and stuff too. So so sometimes they'll have food left over and they'll just graze on that all day. The cat gets his food at like 3 in the morning, so he's fine. But that's it. That's our simple morning routine, what it should look like. As I mentioned, it's just like that chaotic yesterday was not a typical morning, although it does happen, so maybe it is. So now the chickens are kind of just commandeering the pigs' food, which is typical because the pigs eat the chicken food, so they share. They like to share. So that's it, you guys. I am hopefully gonna get stuff done today after work, but who knows? It's one of those crazy weeks. I did hear back from our little buckling that we're gonna be getting breeder, and she said he's ready to go. So we just got to plan a day to go get him, and I want to film the experience picking him up, because I haven't decided if we're taking the truck or the van. I'm thinking we're going to take the van because it's still cold outside, and I didn't want to have to keep him in the back of a pickup in the cold, because it is cold. And yeah, it's like a 3-hour drive there and back. So, so yeah, my family's not really looking forward to that, but I feel like it's going to be fine. So we shall see. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's my morning. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.